Guys, so here is what I got going today. I have out my classic high standard pump shotgun. Now a lot of you guys know that I've told you before that this is my favorite shotgun that I own, and it's probably the least expensive shotgun that I own by far. But the reason why is because the action is so unbelievably smooth. It's just, I mean, you can just hold this thing up and the pump will drop. You can tip it the other way and the pump will go forward. Smoothest action on a shotgun that I've ever dealt with. This is one from around 1970. This was actually carried in a police cruiser. It has the marks on the other side of the frame here where they carried it. This is what a lot of police officers used in the car, right up in between the front seats at that time. Well, what the deal is, guys, is I've got the rusting protection going on because I keep this in a really nice safe that has a dehumidifying rod in it, and I keep a temperature gauge in there. And everything as far as the temperature and all that goes is perfect, spot on. But what you want to do is if you have anything with wood on it, especially something old like this antique, it's getting close to an antique, I guess, but anything like this, you want to protect that wood from drying out. Now, newer, more modern firearms, you're really not going to see a problem with unless it's extreme. But basically what it is, guys, is my humidity is on the low side in there, which is good for any metal, any steel, anything. But my humidity being on the low end of the scale does put this old wood at risk of drying out. And you don't want that to happen because there's really no bringing it back. So what I'm doing is I'm polishing it with Flitz, rifle, and gun wax. I've already done this side of the stock here and figured I'd just go ahead and turn on the camera. I thought, hey, some people might like to see this, might give you an idea. I know a lot of you like down south and stuff, you got to keep your stuff where there's humidity control. But if the humidity control is on the low side, my humidity stays at about 40 in my gun safe. And that's fine. That's all fine and well for any of your steel, polymers, anything like that, metal. I mean, it'll keep it spotless and rust-free, climate-controlled environment. But when it comes to wood, it's a little on the dry side. 40 to about 55 is fine. But anything below 40, if you was to be at like 35, would definitely be something that would be could be extreme for your wood. So this is just going to give me some protection, and what you're doing with this is you're just buffing it on. This is kind of going to be hard to do up here because this has a lot of ridges in it, but we'll take care of that with a Q-tip or something. So what you're going to do is you're just going to buff this on like you are waxing a car, and then it's going to dry, and then you're going to take it back off, and I will show you the process when I take it off when the stock on this side and this pump is dry. All right, well, the stock is definitely dry on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and buff it off. I should have started the camera before I did this because it rejuvenated the wood a little bit already. The wood had a little bit of varying color where it looked like some spots was drier than others, and it already kind of seems to have taken care of a lot of that. The color is more even than it was when I first started to apply the wax. So maybe on the other side, I'll be able to show you what that looks like. But this is all you're doing, is you're just polishing back off buffing back off the rifle and gun wax. And this is going to put a barrier on this, and it's going to help to protect. And I believe even in low humidity that this will give it some added protection. Okay, guys, here is the other side of the shotgun. As you can see, I'm hoping the camera's showing this, that on the stock, let me go ahead and try to zoom in a little bit here. On the stock, you can see how as we get down here, the color kind of fades. It fades a lighter color than what this is up here. So this is still like a glossy finish up here, and more of a natural, newer look. And then as you get down here to the back, this is where the color kind of fades away. So let's go ahead and I'll zoom out a little bit, and let's go ahead and put a coat of this Flitz on there, and let's see if we can tell a difference like I did on the other side. Just going to put it on. like if you're waxing a car. I'm going to go a little heavy because I've never treated this before. So on this application, I am going to go a little heavier than what you would need to. You know, you can use your discretion, you know, on however you want to use this stuff. But I would rather go a little heavy and have some more coverage. Just to where I know I can see it and I know it's penetrating into the wood. That's all I'm looking for, is to get this stuff to penetrate somewhat into the wood. Now, when I did the other side, I did the bottom. So when I do this side, I'm going to do the top of the stock. As far as the steel, I got it treated with Lucas gun oil. This would be a good steel to use your frog lube on the exterior. You don't have to worry about frog lube on the exterior. I know on the interior of some guns it can gum up, but you do not have to worry about frog lube on anything on the exterior of the gun. Okay, so see, I can see that the color it seems closer matching now. I'll turn the camera back on when I buff it, and let's see if we can see a difference in this stock where the color faded. Let's go ahead and buff off this stock and see how it looks. Guys, another thing I wanted to mention too, what this rifle and gun wax is really good for. It's primarily used on guns that are blued or even stainless you could use it on. But what this does, guys, is if you don't have your guns in a safe and you're having a problem with higher humidity, you put this, I used to use this on the Colt Python. You put that on a firearm and it won't allow the humidity or the moisture in the air to break through. It makes a barrier on the metal so it protects it. Guys, I'm telling you, if you've never seen a gun rust, if you're new to guns, if you're a young guy, you don't have guns yet, if you've never seen it, I have seen before where someone has put a gun away in a drawer and pulled it out 6 months later and there was a layer of surface rust on it and the person was just feeling sick, okay? Because it does happen. It's just moisture in the air and you can prevent it. You can get that stuff fixed pretty easily if you catch it in time, but you can prevent it. And if you put this on it, this makes a barrier that moisture can't penetrate. So that's what another thing that's good for. I got a dehumidifier in the safe, so I don't really have to worry about it, you know, just like that. So there you go, guys. Let's zoom in now. And as you can see, the color is more even. It's not perfect with up here where, see what it is up here would be like the least amount that the gun was probably touched up in this area. You know, down here and all this, it probably got, you know, touched a lot more, it wore some of the wood, but up here it's more of a glossy look. So that's going to be normal, but as you can see down here where it was fading out to white, it looks like it's more of a similar color instead of being kind of two different shades right there. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to show you that and let you guys know about the rifle and gun wax and how you can use it on your firearms. So guys, I hope you have a fun and safe 4th of July. I'll be back with more videos real soon. DOF, and I am